You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
All set for your flight?
Yep, I've got everything I need. Eye mask, neck pillow, T-Mobile, headphones.
Wait, T-Mobile?
You bet. Free in-flight Wi-Fi. 15% off all Hilton brands. I never go anywhere without T-Mobile. Same goes for my water bottle, chewing gum, nail clippers,
okay,
passport.
I'm gonna leave you to it.
Find out how you can experience travel better at T-Mobile.com/travel.
Qualifying plan required. Wi-Fi were available on select U.S. airlines. Deposit and Hilton Honors membership required for 15% discount. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the show where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge, and you are tuning into round 2 of our Office tournament. I had a really exciting round 1. If you haven't heard it yet, you can go back and listen to it. It's right there in the feed. The winner of this round is going to be moving on to face Nathan in the final. But before we get to that, let's meet my co-hosts today, Jeff and Ken. How you guys doing?
Good, just out there avoiding the Scranton Strangler.
Yep, I'm trying not to get a heart attack, as somebody just put me through a safety training exercise. So.
Yeah, anxieties were high after that first round. That was a pretty close game.
Yeah, it was a real nail biter for sure.
All right, so I guess we should just get right into meeting the contestants. Our first contestant today is going to be John. John, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing awesome. Where are you calling in from?
Lovely Brookfield, Illinois.
Local boy.
Yep.
All right. So how about you tell us a little bit about your history with the show? How'd you find it? And, what do you like the best about The Office?
All right. I found the show playing trivia on Monday nights. I ended up playing in the same group as you guys, Liquid Courage Entertainment. Jason's trivia, and he mentioned your podcast, and so I started following it from there, and I love it. It's great.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, no, it's good. And favorite, what did you ask me? Favorite episode?
Yeah, what's your favorite episode of The Office?
I don't know. It's hard to choose. Which is my favorite child? I don't know. I always love either Scott's Tots or Fun Run. Those are pretty good ones.
Those are pretty outstanding.
Scott's Tots. Masochist.
Yeah, I have a hard time getting through that one, honestly.
I watched that one last night. It's brutal.
It is hard, but it's funny.
So we could see what kind of episodes John likes is the awkward, uncomfortable episodes. Well, perfect. Well, thank you for coming on today, John. Sure. Our second contestant is going to be Phil. Who's definitely a fan of the Fun Run, from what I remember. Phil, you've been on the show a couple of times before, correct?
Yes, I have.
Now you're a member of the Sinister Six, who we've had on multiple times. Would you say that you're the biggest Office fan of the group?
Yes, I think so. I know Mike Cameron is a huge TV person, but I'm not sure if he's a necessarily like a big into The Office and probably not as expert level as I am, but no, yeah, I've watched the whole series multiple times straight through. So
awesome. And what was your favorite episode?
Well, season 3, I say this all the time, like top to bottom, season 3 is as good as you can get in terms of comedy. I would have to pick Safety Training.
Yeah, Safety Training is amazing. And it actually taught a lot of people CPR, I imagine. So it actually had some beneficial to that too.
No, that wasn't safety. That was the when Stanley had his heart attack.
That's why I'm hosting and not playing, apparently.
Yeah, but the stress relief, that's what I'm thinking of. But it's funny because I was actually in I got my running coach certification in the fall. As part of that, you had to do CPR certification, and like the first thing our instructor said when he came inside the room was, said something like something to the effect of, this is where we're going to be going, and no, this is not going to be like at the office.
That's amazing. All right. Well, thank you, Phil, for joining us. Now we're going to meet our third contestant, Eric. How are you doing today, Eric?
I am as good as I can be in the situation that we're in right now.
Absolutely. Eric, this is your first time on the show?
Second. I made a fool of myself about a year ago on Game of Thrones, so,
Okay. Well, this is your chance for redemption.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
It's been struck from the record.
All right, good.
Yeah, so we always start fresh here, so no worries there. What's your favorite episode of The Office?
I mean, like I said before, it's hard to pick one, but I'd probably have to say Survivor Man. When he's out in the woods, it's just hilarious to me, just everything going on. There's a lot of stuff you miss that you catch probably the 100th time I've watched it.
Yeah, and you learn a lot in that episode too, like how to make a bandana from your pant legs or
right.
And all those great survival skills. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. This is going to work exactly as round one. There's going to be 15 questions. We're each going to ask 5, and whoever's winning at the end, we'll move on to the finals. You guys ready to play?
Yep. Yep.
All right. I'll send it over to Jeff to ask the first 5 questions.
Sounds good, Matt. I do have to know, what is your favorite episode of The Office, though?
Oh, yeah, I didn't ask. Mine's Dinner Party. I love everything about Dinner Party. I think it's like a perfect episode.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. There's there's 2 episodes in a row, The Deposition and Dinner Party, which I think are like the quintessential episodes of cringe.
Yeah, when you see where Michael sleeps at the end of the bed, it's pretty outstanding. Ken, do you have a favorite episode?
It's going to go with Fun Run.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
It's a classic, too.
Absolutely.
All right, Jeff, take it away.
Sounds good. First question of round 2. So there are 4 actors in the show whose name is shared with their character. I want to know those 4. All right, perfect. So we're going to start with John.
All right. I struggle with this one. I know Creed is Creed. Phyllis, maybe, and I can't get the other 2.
All right. Phil?
I have Angela, Oscar, Phyllis, and Creed.
And Eric?
I, too, had Angela, Oscar, Creed, and Phyllis.
All right. With Angela Kinsey, Oscar Nunez, Phyllis Smith, and Creed Bratton. Those are your 4. So points are going to go to Phil and Eric. All right. Second question of the round for everybody. In the episode Stress Relief, Dwight mutilates a CPR dummy, reenacting a scene from what movie?
I'm locked in.
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right. We'll go back to John.
The Shining.
All right. Phil?
Silence of the Lambs.
And Eric?
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs is correct.
Idiot.
That's one of my absolute favorite scenes. I actually saw a T-shirt the other day. It's a little animated caricature of Dwight wearing the CPR face. I very nearly bought it till it was like $35, and I cheaped out. But
classic Jeff.
Yep, that's about right. I do have a Dunder Mifflin T-shirt though, which is pretty nice. So, question number 3: what is the name of Kevin's band, and what is the first song they play at Phyllis's wedding reception? All right, we'll go to John.
Scrantonicity and Don't Stand Too Close to Me.
Okay. Phil?
Scrantonicity and Roxanne.
And Eric?
Scrantonicity and Roxanne.
I knew it.
Scrantonicity and Roxanne is correct. There's a great scene where they're looking for Uncle Albert. Kevin announces it and then almost callously transitions right into Roxanne. So
I think Don't Stand was in the video, the audition tape. I think they played, because I do remember them playing that at some point.
Well, they play. Karen sings Every Little Thing She Does is Magic. They play quite a few Police songs in that. All right, question number 4. In the episode Counseling, season 7, episode 2, Dwight pulls a pretty woman and returns to a store in the mall that refused to serve him, ultimately delivering what iconic Julia Roberts line?
All right, I just wrote down something. Locked in.
All right, we'll go to John.
I'm not sure if it's the whole thing, but you work on commission, don't you? Big mistake.
And on to Phil.
I had something similar. I said, you work on commission. You just lost this commission.
Okay. And Eric.
I believe it's you work on commission, don't you? You made a mistake. Huge. And shakes his bag.
Okay. Yeah. I was just saying, I don't know how you want to score this one, Matt.
I think
got the spirit of it.
Okay. Yeah, because I know Kelly originally advises Dwight to deliver the line, "You've made a big mistake." Huge.
Yeah. So if you have the mistake
everybody will get points.
Yeah, points for everyone. It's a fun show. We're giving points out.
All right. Question 5. Michael Schur, Thomas Middleditch, and Matt Jones all play characters in the same family on the show. What is that family's last name?
Locked in.
All right, John?
Schrute.
Phil?
The Schrute family.
And Eric?
It is the Schrutes.
Being Mo, Zeke, and Jeb Schrute. That is correct.
All right. Well, after 5 questions, we have John with 2 points and Phil and Eric both a perfect 5 for 5. So let's send it over to Ken for the next set of questions.
My first question is actually going to be a 2-parter. So this is worth double points. So in the episode Trivia, the Just for Fun team has a specific name. What is that name? And then the second question is, what 4 office members make up that team? And again, it's the Just for Fun team. Okay, everybody's locked in. This team does end up taking the prize by surprise. And we'll start with John.
I believe they were called the C team, and it was Aaron, Kevin, Phyllis, and just lost it. Stanley? I don't know.
Okay. And Phil?
They were called the Einsteins, and I know Meredith, Kevin, and Aaron for sure, and I think the 4th I think was Kelly.
Okay. And lastly, Eric?
They were the Einsteins, and it was Kelly, Meredith, Aaron, and Kevin.
Okay, so Phil and Eric are getting points on that. It is the Einsteins. The team was made up of Kevin, Aaron, Meredith, and Kelly.
Hey, refresh my memory, guys. Didn't they at some point, though, have an A, B, and C team?
They broke into 3 teams, and there was an A, B, and C, but they did have names.
I think it was the A, B, and Just for Fun was actually that was what they're called. Yeah, I think that episode actually really nailed the pub trivia experience, and a lot of shows don't when they do that. So even the awful Trivia Newton-John name or whatever it was.
Yeah, right. So that was questions 6 and 7. So moving on to the next one. Andy's brother, Walter Jr., was played by what occasionally acting music star in several episodes?
Now, his dad was the guy from Seventh Heaven, right?
Yes, he actually has 2 actors that play his dad at different points, but the second one was the guy from Seventh Heaven.
Who is also the actual father of Frank and Dee Reynolds on It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
And is also a creep.
Yeah, he's been canceled, so.
Yeah.
All right, let's start with John.
I can't remember that guy. I'm a big failure on this one.
Okay. And moving on to Phil.
Josh Groban.
And Eric.
Yeah, it's Josh Groban.
It is Josh Groban.
I think around here we say you shrewded it.
All right, next question. In the final season, Pete confesses to Aaron that he can quote the dialogue of what film in its entirety?
Locked in.
I believe his name was Plop.
Yes.
Okay, starting with John.
Die Hard.
And Phil.
Oh, I put down The Devil Wears Prada.
And Eric.
It's Die Hard.
Yes, it is Die Hard. And he cheers Aaron up, I think, on Christmas, right?
I can't remember.
Anybody remember? No?
That's the last season, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last question coming from me. Jim ultimately plays the villain Golden Face in the final cut of Threat Level Midnight. But at the initial table read, what character handled this part? Okay, starting with John.
It was either I think it was either Ryan or Oscar, but I'm going to go with Oscar.
Okay. Phil?
Oscar.
And Eric?
I wasn't sure, but I want to say Phyllis for some reason.
Okay. So two people getting points with Oscar.
All right. So after 10 questions, John has 4. Phil and Eric both with 9, only missing 1 so far. Very tight match. So we'll move on to question 11. Match the classic and classy line with the character who said it. Ever banged an entire bachelorette party, baby?
Locked in. I'm locked in.
All right. Everyone is locked in. So we'll start with John.
Oscar.
All right. Phil?
I said Todd Packer.
Okay.
It's actually Karen Filippelli.
And the answer is Karen Filippelli. So points there for Eric. It's from Threat Level Midnight, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. Question 12. On the day that Michael accidentally cross-dressed, what is the name of the designer of the suit that can be found on the inside jacket pocket?
I probably won't get it, so I'll lock in.
All right. Everyone is locked in. John, what did you say?
I know it was like a pink tag, and was it like, I don't know, Miss something? I don't know. Mistake that I'm going to get this one. Go for it. I don't know.
All right. And Phil, what did you say?
John, you should just kept on going with that. It's Mysterious.
Oh.
And Eric?
Yeah, it's Mysterious.
The answer is Mysterious. Although
what's really
mistake
mysterious, what's really mysterious is the pockets are not there and buttons are backwards.
All right, moving on to question 13. What is the name of the game that Angela says she likes to play in the Office Olympics episode? All right, everyone is locked in. John, what did you say?
Work.
Okay. Phil?
I believe it's count the number of times Jim visits the reception.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and Eric?
That's what it is, but I believe it's called Pam Pong.
Yeah, Pam Pong.
And the answer is Pam Pong. So points for Eric. Really close there, Phil. Just a little different. Question 14. What song does Andy have as his ringtone, sung by himself, that makes him punch a wall? All right, everyone's locked in. John, what did you have?
Rockin' Robin.
Okay. Phil?
Rockin' Robin.
And Eric?
Rockin' Robin.
Rockin' Robin is correct. All right. Moving on to question 15 and the last question of this round. With the tagline of whenever, wherever, what is the name of the app that Ryan develops and spelling counts?
Locked in.
I'm locked in.
Locked in.
All right. Everyone's locked in. John, what did you say?
Woof. WOOF.
All right. And Phil?
It's a woof, but WUPHF.
No.
And Eric?
It's Woof, WUPHF.
And that is Woof, WUPHF.
Don't be offended, but I won't be telling anybody I was on this episode.
That's fine. No problems there. So the final scores, John with 5 correct, Phil with 12 correct, which would have been enough to tie in the first round, but Eric got 14 out of 15 correct. So he will be moving on to the finals. Great job,
well
everyone.
Done. Good job.
Nice job.
Make sure you woof all your friends to let them know that you're in the final.
And everybody pick up your Dundies on the way out.
Yeah.
All right. Any final words for any of our competitors, John?
You guys did a great job. I suck, and thanks. Good luck in the next round, Eric.
And Phil, you were so close.
I mean, I couldn't remember Pam Pong. I just, like I said, I knew the game, just not the name of it. But no, great job, Eric. Phenomenal job. So good luck. Good luck next time.
And then Eric, what's your confidence level going into the final?
It's pretty high because just my wife and I have watched, like, honestly, we don't agree to watch anything together. Like, she watches stuff and I hate it, and I watch stuff and she hates it. But we agree on The Office, so it's literally nonstop, like, in our house anytime we're together. So like, it's, yeah.
Well, that's a secret, guys. Just find a wife who hates all the things you like.
Yeah.
I love Matt's very professional style, like, sports commentary here. Like, how's it feel going into the final?
I just want to toss it to our sideline reporter after this.
He's got to fill the void since there's no sports.
Yeah. I was going to get Joe Buck to announce this one, but he's a little busy.
He's too busy doing John Krasinski's Some Good News.
Well, apparently he was offered $1 million to announce a live porn stream. So we'll see if I get that offer. I'm just gonna say this might be my last Triviality episode because I'm taking that. But yeah, I think on that note, I'm gonna say thanks to all our contestants. Thanks to Ken and Jeff for co-hosting with me. I'll see you guys in the final. My name was Matt, and that is Triviality.